All right, let's take a look at creating the basic structure for this web page based upon that image that was shown in the last video. Here's a bare bones document. Everyone knows how to create this part by now. First thing I'm going to do is create a new style sheet. File, new file. I'm going to save this file. File, save as. Within this folder, right next to the index.html file, I'll call this one style.css. This file is empty, no styles are defined. Going here, going to link it into this page by using the file name. So this file name refers to this file that's blank. We've seen during the semester that there's two classes that I'm creating to center the page. We'll learn different centering techniques. So that outer class, simple, text align center. Anything on the inside, put in the center. This page class, display, make that an inline block, and this becomes a shortcut for centering this page within this outer div. I'm going to give this currently a width. I'll change that to a maximum width later on. Let's say it's going to be 1200 pixels. I'm going to then add a definition for the body. Now the body has some margins that are built right in. I want to get rid of all the margins built into the body because as a designer, I want to take control over how the whole page looks. So I'm setting the margin down to 0 and the padding also to 0. So also the 0. I know I didn't write PX next to each one of them. This is a shortcut just to say make the margins nothing, make the padding nothing. I'm going to give this page a background color, and I'm going to make it black just to make it easier to see for this demo. I'm going to, not outer, but the inner, give a background color of white. Another way to write white would be FFF, or is RGB, red, green, blue, 255 full of red, 255 full of green, 255 full of blue. Those are the three ways that you could write a color. Body is automatically applied to the body. I need to create divs to apply these two classes. Within the body, creating my div, class is equal to outer. Let me close this div. And on the inside is the page, div, class is equal to page. And let me close that. This is going to be my temporary content. Content goes here. And now test the page. Right click, open browser. Content goes here. Let me add some fonts to this. Going back to the body, I'm going to add Roboto as the font. Font family. Roboto. My alternative would be sans serif. And I'm going to make a font size of 18, only because I'm giving a demo and it'll be easier to see. I saved the CSS. Going back to my page, hitting refresh. There's Roboto, and 18 is a little small for demo purposes. I'm going to make it 28, and then I'll make it normal size a little later on. All right, so we can see that our page is centering. There's not enough content to make the height go all the way down. If you're concerned about that, then we could go under page and maybe underneath the width, I'll add height. And let me make that 99 viewport height. Refresh. Now it stretches almost all the way down. I'm going to also push this down just a little bit. So for the page, I'm going to make a top margin, margin top of 10 pixels. This will make sure there's a little visual space. Later on, I might make this whole background white anyway, so we'll never see this because the inside will be the content. Because I'm doing a demo, I just wanted to make it easier to see. All right, next part is the logo and navigation. Within here, I'm going to make a new div. And this will be my top nav area. That will include my logo and my search box. Within here, I'm going to also make my nav bar div. Div / div. And let me move this away for now. So within this outer div, and I'm going to give it a class that I haven't defined yet as top of page. I think that will be easier to talk about during this demo. Top of page. And within the top of page is my actual nav bar. Within the top of page will be a logo. So div, and I'll just write the word logo for now. And there's my /div. I'll give it a class equals logo. And after the nav bar will be my search icon. So my class is search, and I'll call this search. I have to define all these classes. Let me make classes for top of page, logo, nav bar, and search. Top of page, logo, nav bar, and search. I'm going to give each a background color. This way it'll be easier to see for this demo. Let's make the background color for this top of page blue. The nav bar area itself, let's say I'm going to select sky blue. The logo I'm going to make lavender. And the search background color, I'm going to make pink. Saving this. When I preview this, we're not going to have anything close to what we're looking for, but it's a start. There's logo, there's nav bar, there's a search. We're not seeing the darker blue of the top of page because it's hidden underneath these divs. This is the natural state of divs. We want this top of page to be one row full of columns. The way to do that would be to use flex. Display is equal to flex. Make a flexible space of rows and columns. The direction for this flex will be row. A row is horizontal, and I don't want the content of this area to wrap. I want everything to stay put within this one row. Save. Let's see what has changed. Going back to this page, hitting refresh. Hey, not bad. We got everything sized within that one area. It's all squished. We'll take care of the squishiness in a moment from now. We definitely advanced the design. The display as flex gives all the content within it the ability to be compartmentalized into these wonderful little cubes. Let me show you a fun one. Right now, everything is all squished up together. If I add justify content space between and go back to this page and hit refresh, instead of these three elements being all squished to the left side, these elements will be evenly spaced. Let me first increase the row height. Since there's no content, I'm going to just temporarily put top of page, or maybe it will be permanent. Let's give this one a height. And the height is going to be 100 pixels tall. Saving it. Going back here, refresh. Remember earlier on when you did your exercises, creating your own hobby or poem pages or whatever other pages, and the page would just end short? With Flex Design, your page wouldn't end short, it would go to the full height of the inner page.